Afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Monique. Welcome to San Jose. So excited to have you all here. This is a great turnout. Give yourselves a big round of applause. It's my honor as the mayor of San Jose to welcome you to our beautiful city and to the first ever GovAI Summit. To those of you who are joining us from out of town or out of state, welcome to the capital of Silicon Valley. We're so excited to host you here. You have come to a city of innovators, a place where NVIDIA, one of the most successful tech companies in the world, was dreamed up on the back of a napkin at Denny's, where more new patents per capita are produced each year than anywhere else in the nation, and where the next generation of innovators are mingling with the tech titans of Silicon Valley to create a robust AI startup ecosystem centered right here in our downtown. But most importantly, you've come to a city where local government isn't afraid of that change and technology, but is harnessing it for civic good. We believe here in San Jose that big problems need big, new solutions. And that's why we're here today. We're here to talk about how we bring new tools into systems that far too often can be stuck in old ways of doing things. We're here to learn from each other, to innovate together. And I have a number of people I need to thank for making this summit possible. I want to start by thanking Monique Scott, who you just heard from, and the team at GovTech and eRepublic for co-organizing the conference and leading the fundraising efforts, as well as our sponsors for making this inaugural summit possible. I won't be able to name all of them, but I want to name some of our key sponsors, including CDW, Truyo, Adobe, AWS, Citybot, Deloitte, Google for Government, C3.ai, Knowledge Lake, Lumen, Polymorphic, Samsara, and Zen City. Would you join me in giving them a big round of applause? And we have a number of other sponsors and vendors here who you will all get to know over the next 3 days. I also want to thank Jennifer McGuire, our city manager, and our administration here in the city of San Jose for providing the leadership to prioritize and encourage this work and empower our department heads to experiment and take risks and adopt new tools and practices in the spirit of continuous learning and improvement. I would like to also thank the Office of Technology and Innovation that sits within my office. We call it MODI, the Mayor's Office of Technology and Innovation, led by Stephen Keynes, for championing innovation at City Hall and in our community. And Khalid Tawfiq, our Chief Information Officer here at the City of San Jose, and his team, including Albert Kahami, Leila Dodi, Angela Zhao, and the Digital Privacy Office, for creating best-in-class practices for data governance that not only support our city, but are enabling and empowering hundreds of agencies across the country. Finally, I want to thank the GovAI Coalition Board, which is made up from representatives you'll hear from momentarily from the cities of San Antonio, the Colorado State Department of Revenue, City of Long Beach, TriMet Transit Authority, the City of San Diego, and St. Paul for taking charge to shape and scale the GovAI Coalition through our initial phases of development. I'm personally, as you heard in the intro there very briefly, I come out of the private sector, worked in the tech sector, started a couple of software startups, and then made the move over to the public sector. And I'm really excited about this unique gathering that brings the best of what is often private sector innovation and tools together with, frankly, some of the most important work we're doing in our society, public sector work, where we deliver the most essential services and public goods and infrastructure that people rely on to go about their lives and lead full lives. And so I want to say a word about how we got here just briefly. Around this time last year, San Jose invited 50 public agencies to come together to strategize on how we could best leverage emerging AI tools while ensuring data privacy and security for our residents. 6 months after our first meeting, which was held via Zoom, which is headquartered a few blocks from here. Unfortunately, not held over pancakes at Denny's, like the origin story of NVIDIA. But 6 months later, the coalition publicly launched, publishing templates for an AI policy manual, AI incident response plan, AI fact sheet, vendor agreement, and use case guide. These templates gave other agencies the confidence and know-how to jumpstart their own discussions around AI use and governance. Our band of 50 public agencies has now grown tenfold into a village of over 500 members. And today, just in this room, we are joined by representatives from over 200 public agencies from around the country. Give yourselves a big round of applause for being here and being innovators. This is a group that is hungry to collaborate and transform government with new technology, to be nimble and innovative like the tech disruptors of Silicon Valley. Companies that have revolutionized everyday facets of life. The way you think about the change we've seen over the last couple of decades with new technology, the way we communicate and stay in touch with loved ones, the way we work, learn, travel, buy things, so many of the elements of what we do in our lives, particularly in our private and our professional lives, have been transformed by new technologies. And yet, as we all know, many of those tools and practices and much of that innovation still hasn't fully permeated the public sector. And that, I think, is our opportunity. You know, I think about something as simple as what Amazon has done with, you think about a working mom juggling a kid, cooking a meal, maybe taking a work call and realizing out of detergent, and with one click, it magically appears on the doorstep the next day. That's pretty cool. And that's new. That wasn't the case 10 years, 15 years ago. We need to bring that kind of on-demand, responsive, efficient, delightful level of service to public sector services. And in many ways, it's harder. We've got to serve everybody. We've got to try to serve everybody equally well. The problems we're helping people navigate are often much more complex than just getting the detergent. But we want to push ourselves to bring that same level of access and responsiveness and efficiency to the public sector. And for me, I would just offer you that I think there's a lot more at stake than just the service we're delivering. Obviously, that's a big part of it. The services we deliver, as I said earlier, change people's lives. They create opportunity for people to lead better, more fulfilling, safer, more opportunity-rich lives. But I would also offer to you that the work that we do to innovate in government and to transform the way that we deliver public services is also fundamentally about the long-term health and success of our democracy. It's about building trust in the public sector, people having a different view of what government is, what public service is, and the value that they get for their tax dollars and placing trust in a representative democracy. So to me, in the long run, there's a lot at stake when we talk about innovating in government and using new tools and practices to continuously get better. So to me, that's what today is all about. And with the revolution we're seeing in AI, there are some very exciting new capabilities that we can bring to bear on these services, whether it's better being able to predict things, greater automation, which is really what much of AI is about, greater personalization. There's a whole new world of opportunities. And we're seeing partner agencies here as part of the GovAI coalition use these new tools for some very exciting new use cases. Pittsburgh is using AI to take stock of their urban tree canopy, identifying where trees can be planted or potentially dangerous trees need to be removed, along with a heat index to identify where canopies are keeping neighborhoods cool or where there are deficits creating urban heat islands. Bellevue Township, New Jersey, is using AI to compete for grants that they previously would not have had the staff capacity to compete for against much bigger cities, and winning grants to do things like an urban farm project. Virginia Beach is using AI to monitor real-time water levels and, in the event of a flood, move faster to proactively close down roadways to keep neighbors safe. Here in San Jose, we've been applying new AI tools to a range of use cases. To share just a few, we're using AI on city vehicles to detect everything from potholes to homeless encampments. Ideally, we'll be able to proactively send out a city crew to fill that pothole or offer shelter and services before someone has to call it in and request that service. We're using AI to offer real-time translation on government web pages for our Vietnamese population, the largest in any one city outside of Vietnam, where our training data, when put into the base AI model for Google Translate, actually outperforms the base model and provides better translation services. We're using AI to incentivize the use of public transit. In fact, on the bus routes we've tested optimization on over the last year, we've decreased time spent at red lights by 50%. And we aren't leaving car owners out either. Just yesterday, our city council approved a 3-year pilot to use a new AI model to predict traffic impacts and minimize disruption from construction and large events and better plan impacts and timing of the work that we do. So we think there's just a tremendous set of opportunities out here for transforming the way government works, rebuilding public trust in government, and delivering better outcomes for the people we serve. And we're excited to be on that journey with you. I'm so grateful again to all of the folks who got the GovAI Coalition off the ground. And I hope that you have a wonderful time with your stay here in downtown San Jose over the next 3 days, and that we learn a lot together. Thank you again for being here, and thank you for being public servants and for the work you do to serve our collective communities. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. Welcome to our first GovAI Coalition Summit here in San Jose, the capital of Silicon Valley, a city with 10,000 AI patents embodying the vision and the innovation and forward thinking. We're standing at an exciting intersection where AI holds tremendous opportunity and promise for advancements in government, coupled with privacy social concerns that we have decided to tackle as a team through the GovAI Coalition. I would like to thank Mayor Mahan, San Jose City Council, and City Manager Jennifer McGuire for not only supporting us, but for also dedicating the resources and the budget needed to establish this coalition, making this gathering possible. The GovAI Coalition is a government for government organization powered by passionate people, individuals from different parts of the country, committed to advancing AI use in a responsible manner to advance community services in our country. Our coalition is breaking our new ground in government crowdsourcing, a hub where talented individuals throughout the country can get together to innovate and lead. This summit highlights the importance of intergovernmental collaboration, especially as we navigate through challenging at a local and a federal level. In addition to global uncertainties, our coalition becomes a beacon for stability, safety for all of us in this ever-changing AI landscape. Imagine a future where government services are so advanced, where we can be proactively predicting and anticipating where services are needed and addressing issues before they can become problems. Picture the capability to predict where resources are needed to prevent the next infrastructure failure or to seamlessly realign our resources to improve services. These are just some of the transformative examples with potential that our coalition can drive forward, powered by the responsible use of AI, that we can make this vision a reality for our community. This summit is a call for action for all of us to embrace this opportunity and make it a reality. Over the next couple of days, we will exchange ideas, collaborate, challenge each other, and look for solutions that drive our services forward. This is our chance to push boundaries to a higher level and discover new ways for government to work together and implement unique AI-powered solutions in a responsible manner. I challenge all of us to reflect on our journey that started 2 years ago with the release of ChatGPT that surprised all of us. Despite the anticipation and the hope and the dreams and maybe even some of our nightmares, this release took us by surprise, leaving many of us unprepared. In response, San Jose released its first ChatGPT or generative AI guidelines in June of 2023 to address the gap in the concerns and the policies and best practices. A few months later, at a conference with 50 government CIOs, we introduced the concept of creating a coalition that was widely accepted and where there was a great excitement. Many of our early sponsors and founding members are here to celebrate our success and make sure that we're driving this coalition forward. Our first coalition meeting was in November 2023. That was attended by about 50 people, where we shared draft or policies, tools, and some of the initiatives. And from day one, we hit the ground running, and we haven't stopped. Fast forward 1 year later, we are now a strong network of 1,700 members from 550 local, state, and federal level government agencies, and we continue to grow. 40 vendors have already completed the responsible AI fact sheet, and many others are in the review process. We thank those who have completed the process, and we look forward to completing with the rest of our partners. This incredible growth is a testament to the vision of our founding members and the dedication of countless volunteers. What began as a startup idea is now empowering the nations with tools, policies, use cases, and much more. Reflecting how much we have achieved in just 1 year, it is clear that our future is bright and our coalition will change how we do business. In the last 12 months, we've learned that while AI talent is fragmented in government, our coalition can bring everyone together to drive remarkable results. Our coalition is unique. We are defining a new way for government to work together, regardless at the state or federal level or county or city. Let's seize this opportunity to work together and dream big. Exchange ideas, challenge each other to explore new comprehensive solutions, and set the stage for a future where AI transforms how government delivers services. Together, we can make this possible. Actually, together, we are making this possible. And this summit can be something remarkable with your help. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Khaled. And thank you to everybody at the City of San Jose who's done so much to make this possible. It's been an incredible journey. I'm Ethan Benetan. I'm the Chief Information Officer at TriMet, the Regional Transit Authority in Portland, Oregon. And I want to talk a little bit about the work that we are here to do. So it seems like everybody has predictions about the future of AI. Some of them seem wildly optimistic. Some of them are, frankly, terrifying. AI could amplify our worst problems. It can create bias or simply make mistakes. It can be weaponized in hundreds of ways, from spreading disinformation to creating powerful cyber attacks or worse. But at the same time, AI has the power to solve some of our very biggest problems. It can help us cure diseases, end poverty, and climate change, potentially create a new, prosperous, and peaceful future for us. In government, where we work, it has the potential to make us safer and more efficient. With AI, we can offer new and better services to improve people's lives and even save them. So everybody has predictions, but nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows for sure what the future can be. But here's the important point. We have a hand in creating that future. The question is not, what is AI going to bring us? The question that we should be asking ourselves here today is, what can I do, starting right now, to create the future of AI that I want over the future that I don't want? So we're here, all of us, because we care about the future of AI for the public good. And in government, working together, we have enormous power to shape that. And we can shape it using the same tools of government that we use every day. How we buy things, what policies we set, how we collaborate with our vendors, how we communicate with each other, and how we create transparency as we work for AI for a force for good. This is a precious moment for us to come together and use our collective power to help shape the trajectory of AI. And I want to tell you one quick success story about that. Months ago, a coalition member was trying to work with a major player in the AI field to get basic information about their product. And they couldn't get clear responses for weeks of trying. Now that we have a coalition with hundreds of members and national recognition, that same company is knocking on our door to make sure that information about their products, the same information we were trying to get before, is available to all of our members. Working together, we can make a difference. So today and tomorrow and through the conference, you'll hear a lot of opportunities. You'll hear information about how that will unfold. And what I invite you to do is listen with an eye to how, or an ear to how you can get engaged, to think about where you want to put your effort and how we can carry this forward together. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to be working with you.
Thanks, Ethan. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Anthony Fisher. I'm the Local Agency Security Officer and Data Governance Manager for the Colorado Department of Revenue.
And I'm Emily Royal. I am the Senior IT Manager in Emerging Technology at the City of San Antonio.
So now let's turn to some of the products and work the coalition has done to help influence the trajectory of AI in the public sector. Emily and I are excited to share with you all today the significant strides we've made in providing practical, real-world resources. Back in March of 2024, we introduced a suite of products. Each of these resources allow practitioners at the field to adopt AI in a responsible and ethical manner. These products are as follows: the AI Policy and Policy Manual, the AI Incident Response Plan, the AI Fact Sheet, the AI Vendor Agreement, Use Case Template, and the AI Registry. Since then, we've actually expanded our offering to include a buyer's guide to enterprise Gen AI tools and a guide to measuring AI performance. While these products can be effective as standalone pieces to the puzzle of trying to figure out how do we implement AI, they really work best when joined together, kind of like the GovAI members. And as our resource library grows, we aim to help you all navigate the complex landscape of responsible AI adoption in the public sector. Because after all, everything we do is for government, by government. But now let's dive a little bit deeper into a few key products. As Ethan noted, the AI Fact Sheet brought us all together to solve the same problem: vendor transparency. And I just want to take a moment and give a thanks to Layla and Albert from right here in San Jose. They actually created the first draft of the AI Fact Sheet. So what the AI Fact Sheet is a series of questions that help you evaluate AI systems and gain a clear understanding of how an AI tool operates. Think of this resource as the nutritional facts of a vendor's AI tool. And for our procurement folks, I'm sure some of you all are out here in the audience, this can be seamlessly baked into your RFP or RFI process.
So we know that the majority of public agencies, including our membership, are purchasing AI systems rather than building them in-house. That's why it's critical that we understand as public sector entities how the systems that we're procuring and purchasing actually work. But we have heard a lot of challenges and barriers to this kind of transparency in the procurement process, as Ethan alluded to. We've seen things like proprietary systems or black box AI, or sometimes it just comes down to not knowing what the right technical questions are that we need to be asking of our vendors. Asking the right questions of vendors is critical to help you obtain the information that you need in order to successfully evaluate the risk of AI systems and tools in your deployments. And streamlining these questions across the membership is really going to send a clear and strong message to our vendor community about what matters most to their public sector clients. The GovAI Coalition has stored all of these fact sheets in a database that we call the AI Registry, and we invite folks in our vendor community and in the audience today to consider proactively submitting information about their systems and tools to the AI Registry.
So building on top of that procurement process, we also have the vendor agreement as one of the other resources that we've created. And this is a crucial product for managing vendor relationships while ensuring transparency between the public sector and our vendors. Through our recent partnership with Pavilion, which is a search engine for cooperative contracts that's free to government, GovAI members will now be able to securely share agreements they are creating through the Pavilion platform. And I'm going to pass it back to Emily, who is actually our Cooperative Purchasing Agreement Committee chair, and she's way more versed in agreements. She's the expert on agreements, by the way, and she can speak to why this is all important.
Procurement, y'all. So I hear laughter in the crowd because a lot of times it's considered one of the biggest roadblocks to getting things done in government. But the truth is, it really is our biggest tool and one of the biggest opportunities we have to drive change. So where we choose to make public investments in technology ultimately is going to shape the future of AI systems and technology in government, as well as the quality of life of our residents that they have come to expect and depend on. Setting the right standards, terms, and conditions in our agreements is really what we need to be doing in order to shape this new landscape for AI systems and technology. And as Anthony mentioned, the vendor agreement is exactly that. It is plug-and-play procurement language that you can bake into your own procurement processes in order to future-proof them for AI systems and technology. And in addition to that, we have built a contract repository for our membership in collaboration with Pavilion. The contract repository is a platform where our members can upload executed contracts for AI systems that they've successfully awarded and or RFPs or RFIs even. And the goal of this is to learn from each other's contracting experience, what worked and what didn't. But also we envision possibilities of sharing these contracts and ultimately pooling our purchasing power as a coalition in order to drive the change that we want to see in terms of responsible AI in the tech sector. We'll be providing a demo of this tool at day 2 of the summit tomorrow during the Pooling Resources for AI panel.
Well, and last but certainly not least, you're probably wondering where's the policy, where's the framework for all this. So we're going to talk a little bit about the AI policy and policy manual. But I just want to take a moment. Emily and I actually led this committee. And so I want to give a shout out to all the folks here in the audience, or if you're going to be watching this later, thank you, because we went through your policies, we collaborated together, and we really would not have been successful without you. So really, thank you. These products are the cornerstone of our resource library because they integrate everything else that we have put out in terms of the resources in order to make this all work and fit. So the policy really sets the stage and provides a comprehensive framework for developing and implementing an effective AI policy, while the manual operationalizes the AI policy through a variety of guidelines and tools, one of which being the algorithmic impact assessment, which is a tool that you can use pre-implementation to take a look at your business risk as well as the risk of an AI tool, which really truly emphasizes the point of doing the work before implementing AI.
And doing the work is really the important part, because how we choose to govern and regulate AI technologies will shape the future of how AI technology can show up in public service. We encourage you, whether you are adopting our AI policy or plugging and playing, mixing and matching different elements of policies you're learning from elsewhere, to check out our guiding principles in the AI policy. This really is the North Star for the ethics and values that the coalition embraces when it comes to responsible AI, and includes our definition of what responsible AI means for public sector. As a whole, what sets our resources apart is that they're created by government for government, which is a mantra that you will be hearing a lot during this summit. As practitioners, we understand some of the unique challenges to deploying AI systems in public sector settings. And we believe that by taking a collaborative approach, we can build a unified front to collectively shape both markets, but more importantly, the quality of life of our residents and citizens. By leveraging our resources, you can drive innovation in your organization, you can improve efficiency, but more importantly, you can better serve your community, and that's what the coalition is here to help you do.
Thank you, Anthony and Emily. So my name is Ryan Kurtzman. I'm the Technology Partnerships Officer for the wonderful city of Long Beach. It's a total pleasure and delight to be here with you all today. So we're going to move now from what we are doing to where we are going. And each of you, whether you are implementing AI systems, helping your teams navigate and adopt AI, or advocating for policy change, brings invaluable expertise to our coalition. And we want you all to play a role in shaping our shared future. Let's start with those who are building the foundation, our AI architects. You are the developers, researchers, organizers, procurement experts, and project managers. The coalition is focused on breaking down AI's knowledge gap, so you don't need to be an expert in AI to harness the power of AI. We are developing resources to coach you through AI procurement and use case guides so you can build AI systems without starting from square one. For example, in the city of Long Beach, we've embedded the coalition's AI fact sheet into our technology vendor proposal form. This additional layer of transparency means that my colleagues and I can make AI decisions based on clear, evidence-based information rather than hype and hot air. Next to the AI trailblazers, the CIOs, city managers, and department heads in the audience leading digital transformation efforts. Imagine a future where public agencies, vendors, community members are contributing to a shared AI data warehouse. Well, this is what the coalition is building in its growing database of 25,000 government-specific and culturally relevant translation pairs in 14 languages. In San Jose, the city clerk's office tapped into this data set to launch a groundbreaking language access initiative to offer live translation for public meetings in over 50 languages. This partnership highlights the digital equity outcomes we can achieve when government and the private sector work hand in hand. And finally, last but not least, our AI champions, the mayors and elected officials who set the vision for thriving and inclusive communities. The coalition's reach is growing, and this is not simply a local effort anymore. We are exploring AI pilots with federal and state entities and inviting national thought leaders to join us in community and in conversation. And now more than ever, what is happening on the local stage matters. The coalition is helping our member agencies become laboratories of democracy, supporting them in advocating for ethical AI policy and standards, and providing AI adoption services so all agencies, no matter how big or how small you are, can access best-in-class tools. And really at the heart of everything we're doing here is a simple premise, that there is strength in our coalition. We are a powerful force together, and we are here to provide a holistic scaffold of support and a shared vision of responsible and purposeful AI in the public sector. Together, we're on a journey to harness the power of AI for public good and create a transparent landscape where everyone understands the technology that surrounds them. And this journey is only just beginning. This next year is all about bringing what we've done so far to scale. So today, we are not just shaping the future of AI, we are really shaping the future of government itself.
Thank you, Ryan. I am Jonathan Benke, CIO for the City of San Diego. And looking at what the board has talked about so far, all of this really comes back to cities, towns, states, and other governments creating new value with new technology. The coalition resources really provide a foundation for governments to innovate, and it helped the city of San Diego expedite completion of its AI policy manual, and AI fact sheets, enabling our AI initiatives. As organizations develop new use cases, the coalition deliverables can save hundreds of hours looking at the use case templates, AI fact sheets, the buyer's guide, and that can translate into really accelerating your procurement, your implementation, and change management. The guide to measuring AI performance can help you assess the accuracy, effectiveness, and user satisfaction of AI solutions. So armed with all of those resources, you can really move forward in developing new value. So looking at the use cases, there are many use cases that the coalition has on their list. But I'll give you an example of one use case that the city of San Diego identified to deliver new value to our regional agencies and small businesses. San Diego leads the San Diego Regional Cyber Lab, and that has a mission to improve regional cybersecurity. And we're going to go back one. There we go. Our use case involved creating a Gen AI solution for our regional agencies and businesses that didn't have a Chief Information Security Officer, or CISO, and limited cybersecurity resources. And that translated to them struggling to assess and develop their cyber programs with industry best practices. So to close that gap, we created a Gen AI solution called MyECISO, in collaboration with Cal Poly and AWS. And the MyECISO Gen AI solution was trained on the NIST cybersecurity framework. And it conducts a conversational interview with the organization, really assessing their cybersecurity maturity and capabilities. And following the interview, there's an AI-generated report card that it issues. It rates their cybersecurity posture, but it also provides some actionable next steps for them to make improvements. And that report can be provided to their leadership to align the right resources and budget to move them forward. So the MyECISO Gen AI solution is free. It's available to any organization. And while it might not replace a Chief Information Security Officer, it's the perfect AI use case to help organizations improve their cybersecurity posture. So the many coalition resources really help San Diego accelerate its AI initiatives and deliver new value and recognition as a 2024 top digital city. So, this is just one of many examples of coalition use cases that are there to deliver new value for the public good, and the sky's the limit.
Thank you, Jonathan. Hi, everyone. I'm Jamie Wascalis. I'm the Chief Information Officer of the City of St. Paul. San Diego's Regional Cyber Lab, eCISO, is just one example of the public sector supporting the public sector. Together, we've been exploring shared use cases across transportation, translation, object detection, and many use cases around the power of large language models to transform our daily work in the public sector. We're here together this week to continue that shared work, to continue to build our community, and to chart the future of AI for the public good. When in history have such diverse corners of the public sector, from small towns, cities, counties, regions, states, and the federal government, come together with such force to support the implementation of new and impactful technologies? And to emphasize, Khaled, doing this work while navigating through growing local and national challenges. When have you seen Texas and California working so well together? It's amazing. When in history has government come together so quickly to be a force for the public good? Like Ethan said, partnering with vendors and sharing information to steer AI to a brighter future. When in history have we in the public sector come together to produce guidance, templates, agreements, and a registry to influence the trajectory of technology on our work? Emily and Anthony highlighted the deliverables that we have created together by the government, for the government, to drive innovation, improve efficiency, and ultimately better serve our public. I love Ryan's description of how we're helping our member agencies become laboratories of democracy. Let's continue this important work. In Minnesota, where I come from, we have a saying that goes like this: we all do better when we all do better. Thank you to the late Senator Paul Wellstone. That's how Mayor Melvin Carter leads our city of St. Paul, where I work. Mayor Carter's family has deep roots in Old Rondo, the former center of Black culture and wealth in the Twin Cities, until it was decimated by the interstate system being built through the heart of it. Old Rondo lives deep in our mayor's heart. And therefore, he leads with an unapologetic equity agenda to build a city that works for all of us. That's why when I met Khaled a year ago, I knew I had to be part of this movement, that I needed to honor Mayor Carter's hopes and dreams for the future of our city. Let's spend the next few days imagining a future where AI works for all. I am so excited to be here, y'all. It has been such an honor working with you all, the board, committees, working groups for the past year. I am so glad we have come together to continue to build our shared future. Today, we're kicking off our summit with sessions covering GovAI, the cyber, AI readiness, and social impact. We'll continue these sessions tomorrow. We're going to add new sessions, some multi-session series that include AI playbook for leaders, data governance, and public engagement. And we'll wrap at the end of the day tomorrow. But for some of us, that's not it. On Friday, we're going to come together for the GovAI Coalition Town Hall meeting, where we'll be talking about planning in 2025 and beyond. As we kick off the summit today, I encourage you all to reach out to the panelists, to the board, to the people you're sitting next to. Who are you going to meet who might transform your ability to serve your community? Khaled asked us to seize this opportunity to dream big and work together. Let's dream big and work together to build a future where AI works for all of us. Thank you.